Drop the gun! Show me your hands!
Welcome to the Weekly Homicide Report, the weekly program where we talk about all the people that needlessly died at the hands of another person. Now let's take a look at this week's graph. So we're going to do this a little different this week. We're going to take a look at some of the same cities we regularly follow and compare this year to last year at this time. So let's start with San Francisco. This year is at 17, last year at this time only at 15. Rochester, New York, on the other hand, is doing better this year. Right now, they show 14 homicides. Last year at this time, they showed 25. Minneapolis, also doing better this year. Currently, they show 19, and last year at this time, they were at 32. Washington, D.C. is doing much worse, with 73 reported murders, up 10 from the 63 they had at this time last year. Milwaukee is having a better year with 49 homicides. So far this year, down 21 from this time last year. Kansas City, Missouri has 58 so far this year, up from 51 at this time last year. New Orleans is doing better this year with 79, down 14 from the 93 they had last year. Philly is down 139, last year 159. Chicago is down 170. Last year they were at 186 at this time. And I don't have Portland's total from this time last year, but Portland had 6 homicides last week. 6. They currently sit at 31 on the year, with 4 months in the books. 2022 was a record year for Portland when they finished the year with 96, and they will likely match that this year. There were 20 mass gun events last week. That's what I'm calling them now because those in charge do not like the actual name of these incidents, and it seems to cause me some trouble with my channel. And this is a big number, 20, and shows summer numbers are inching very close. We'll be in the mid-20s to upper 20s very soon on the mass shootings. We're at 192 such events this year, and we'll pass the 200 mark likely before the weekend is over. So let's just say by May 7th. Obviously, I'm guessing, but just to make a comparison on how many of these mass gun events we've had this year, in 2022, we didn't hit 200 until May 15th. And in 2021, we hit 200 on May 13th. So we were about a week ahead of those 2 years, and 2021 had 690 mass gun events. The over-under is still at 700 for this year, and I'm still taking the over. Not talking about the young ones again this week, other than to say we've hit the 600 mark for all gun deaths under 17 birthdays. It took us until week 20 last year to get to that number. So 2 weeks ahead of pace for this group. There were 23 reported defensive use of a firearm incidents. I covered most of them in these 2 videos, which I will try to do weekly and post on Wednesdays going forward. 23 is good, but these numbers really should be a lot higher if these criminals are going to learn that people are protecting themselves and they should leave them alone. The FBI claims there are thousands of defensive use incidents a year. I don't know if that's true. If it is, the news sites aren't covering but about 20 to 25 a week across the country. Well, that's all I have for you today. Trying to mix things up this week on these videos. But I'll be back next week. Until then, have a great week, and I'll catch you next week.